Let's get into some drama, boys. A little conflict, baby mama trauma. Oh, God. There's so much crap going on with tournaments, with freaking back and forth. It's like Jerry Springer 2025, dude, on YouTube. It's kind of nuts. But here's what we're going to do. I'm aggressively average, dude. Like, aggressively. I'm like average height, actually maybe slightly below average height. I'm like average douchebag level. Like, I'm kind of a tool bag, but whatever. I embrace it, right? That's the one we needed. Hells yeah, boys. Hells yeah. I'm an average fisherman, you know, like I'm not at a pro level. Like I kind of hang a little bit, but I don't think I could hang, especially with these young guns, dude. I'm aggressively average, but I've been able to be a little bit successful when it comes to some of the YouTube stuff and the content stuff, and I absolutely love it, dude. I love doing this stuff. And I get a lot of messages from you guys saying, hey, you know, I'm gonna try shooting some YouTube stuff. I'm gonna try like making some videos and things like that. But the one thing that I don't think people have talked about is like the behind the scenes. Like, what does it actually take to be halfway successful? And really, in my opinion, how to do it the right way and avoid some of the wrong stuff. So hit that like and subscribe button. If you want to kind of see me draw back the curtains on the content game when it comes to fishing, you're about to. So principle number one, do this because you love doing it. You could not lead a life without doing it. And that's kind of the funny part that's happening right now. You see all these pros coming out with like YouTube channels, they're shooting videos, they're on Instagram. I bet you 75% of them, if not more, hate it, bro. They freaking, and you can tell, right? Like, they're so pissed. They're like doing some tip video that they didn't want to do. They're out there fishing, capturing it on YouTube and putting it up. Like, they got somebody editing or whatever. They freaking hate it, bro. There's some like exceptions, you know, like Brandon Polinick, I think absolutely loves it. I know my buddy JT Kenny, like I shoot some of his stuff. He freaking loves it. He likes making things. Like, there's some guys that are the exceptions to that rule, but the vast majority of like pro anglers hate it. And you can tell. So if you're not like shooting content because you like to capture that, you like to share your experiences, you want to maybe teach people something, show them something cool, you want to kind of have it for yourself, like your own personal replica when you catch like a 6-pounder in the grass, you're doing it for the wrong reasons. If you think you're going to get rich at this game, you're not. You're literally not, dude. 1 out of like 50,000 people, and I'm not one of them, get rich at this game, dude. Like, if you're not doing it because you love it, you're doing it for the wrong reasons. There's money to be made, and you can maybe be somewhat successful, but it's gonna be a grind, dude, and it might not work out. I can guarantee you, I've been poor for many, many moons, dude, and worked a ton, both on YouTube and in my regular job, and I'm finally just getting to a point where I'm having some success with it, if that tells you anything. I've been doing this since 2010. That's a long time. That's 15 years, bro. So that kind of leads to the other thing. Have another job. So one of the misconceptions that I think a lot of you guys have is that I fish every day. I would love to fish every day, or that I shoot video every day. I would love to shoot video every day. I do not. Like, literally, I do not. I really wish I could. And to be honest with you, one of my goals, it's always good to set like expectations. One of my goals is to maybe get to that point where I can fish maybe like 4 or 5 days a week or shoot video and focus on that. I'm not there. Like, I'm not. Have another job. Have something that's your backbone. And there's a couple reasons for that. And it's not just like the money thing, but it's about stability, right? Like, very few people are actually successful and they make money at this YouTube or this content game. But one of the most powerful things is being credible, being genuine, and having the ability to be that way, right? And one of the things that I've found is, so I work normal job, like I work for myself, right? And you know, the hours suck because basically between YouTube and this, I'm working like practically 7 days a week. Like, there hasn't been a weekend in many, many years that I've like taken the whole day and been like, this is my weekend, I'm gonna go watch a football game. Like, it doesn't happen. Like, it doesn't. So I guess that's another expectation. Don't expect not to work, dude, because the hours that you're gonna put in, it's gonna be above and beyond whatever you're doing, and it adds up. You're not gonna work a 40-hour week, dude. You're not gonna work a 50-hour week. You're gonna work more than that. And you're gonna answer your phone and do stuff at any point during the day. But the point is, if you have that normal job, if you have that thing to fall back on, number one, it gives you something so that you can kind of like supply the channel, basically capitalize, right? So I can go to Tackle Warehouse, I can buy some stuff, I can try some stuff out, put it in the videos. Number two, if you have that backbone and you're doing this as a passion project, if you're doing this for yourself, your bias is kind of wiped away, right? You're not chasing dollars. You're basically kind of going out fishing. You fish what you want to fish, you capture what you want to capture. You're not beholden to some brand or some like the man like dangling over your head going, bro, if I don't make this video, like they're not going to pay me. And that's one thing that's always empowered me, dude. I work with partners with the channel and that, and I have some buddies that I try to help out because they're good people and that's the way I operate. But when it comes down to it, the content I shoot is the content I want to shoot. I choose the direction that it goes. I choose what I put in the videos. Like, it is my choice. And I have the strongest ability, power in the world. And that's the ability to say no. Because like, I make money in my other job. I'm good, dude. Like I can rely on that. That's not to say I don't want to grow the things I'm doing with YouTube, but it's always given me the ability to kind of have that credibility and have that lack of bias, or as much lack of bias as I possibly can have, to do what I want with the channel, because I'm not reliant on the money I make from the channel. Because to be honest with you, I don't make that much money from the channel. I'd like to make more, so if you want to sponsor the channel, holler at me, dude. But yeah, like it's just one of those things. It allows me to be more independent and less biased. Next, and this is a me thing, dude. I can't be fake. Like, I can't fake the whole like, oh my god, bro, it's a giant. Like, I get stupidly freaking excited like whenever I catch a fish anyway. So like, I can't fake the whole like create a character and all that kind of stuff. Some guys can do it, and some guys are like funny with it, right? They create these sort of like these alter egos and stuff, and they put them on video. I can't do that. Some people can, I can't. So one of the things that I focused on is just trying to be as like me as possible, because it makes it easier to shoot the videos too. If I'm trying to like pretend I'm something or fake something, it's always harder because you have to go into this sort of zone of imagination land, dude. And like for me, I'd rather just kind of capture it. If you like me, you like me. If you don't like me, which there are many people who don't like me, like, it is what it is, dude. Like, don't watch. Like, if you do like it, watch. Like, a lot of you guys are super cool. You throw down some awesome comments. You're really supportive of the channel. You are the guys that I want to talk to. You are the guys I'm making content for. If people don't like me, I don't give a shit. Like, it is what it is. So, be genuine to yourself. Like, really kind of make something that you want to make. Now, that's going to evolve over time. I look back on some of the YouTube videos I put out, like, back in 2012, 2013. I've changed. You know, that's normal. People change, but allow yourself to kind of change and evolve naturally and kind of go with that process, dude, because people don't want to watch. They don't mind watching a tool bag like me, but they don't want to watch some fake, like, orchestrated crap. And that once again kind of turns back to some of the pro stuff. That's why these pros who have all this talent, like, they're super good, right? But their credibility level is just like, their credit's low, bro. And then they go out and they make some of these YouTube videos and stuff, and they don't resonate whatsoever. Highly produced, look all fancy, but they can't draw eyes. So it's good to just be genuine. Find out who you want to be. If you want to have some fun and make a character in the process, go with it. But I think one of the best starting points is to just kind of do your own thing. So this is a big one, and this is where guys kind of like show their true colors. You have to stay grounded. I don't care how famous you get, how many views you get, like, you are not important. You are not the coolest. You are not the greatest. You never will be. And that's just a reality check. And I always try to remind myself of that. It's like, dude, you need to, it's a motivating factor too. Like, you need to work harder today than you did yesterday, the day before, than you did a week and a half ago. Even if I'm being more successful, you're always laying that infrastructure for like that next video, that next opportunity. And I think work ethic, because like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm average, dude. Like, I don't have like excelling talents in fishing or much. Like, I have decent stuff, like good basis, I guess, in a lot of things, but I'm not like amazingly talented. So the only thing that I can do to make up for like that lack of sort of intuition and talent is to work my freaking ass off, dude. Like, work harder than anybody else out there. And staying grounded is so hugely important, because I think some guys, they start shooting videos and that, and like I said, I'm kind of a douche tool, but like, I'm not gonna be a dick to you at the boat ramp. Like that's freaking, that's true douche. I'm like funny douche, that's true douche, dude. Like, you don't be a dick to somebody just because you got a camera and you're shooting video or you think you're important. Like, you have no right to treat people like they're small. And that's something I think some guys run into, is they get a little too in the clouds for their level. Even some guys just starting out, they'll think what they're doing is so important. And it's good to think that what you're doing is important and put value on it, right? Because it causes you to perform better. But never forget, like, we all start like down here, bud. So like, don't lose connection with that. Like, I started shooting videos in a rental freaking John boat. I would drive with a 49cc scooter with a battery at my feet and a trolling motor chained in the back. I'd go rent a John boat. I put a camera tripod in the back with this old crappy like Sony mini like cassette camera and record. I will never forget that. I used to run around in a tracker with a hole in the deck because it's all I could have. I couldn't afford all the graphs and all that kind of stuff. I will not forget that, dude. Do not forget kind of your origin and your roots, and always stay grounded, dude, and always treat people with respect and politeness. You are not more important. So one more thing, when it comes to making money, you know, I have various partners with the channel, and what I try to do is, number one, I never let those partners like direct the content, right? I shoot what I want to shoot, how I want to shoot it, about the topics that I want to shoot. I think that's really important to kind of retain independence. It's probably not the best way to make a bunch of money, but that's important to me. Two, I always try to support the people that are like my buddies, like people I have relationships with. I can't tell you one of the partners that I have with the channel that I didn't have a relationship. Like, it wasn't like a buddy or a friend that I made over the years, and we you know, coaxed up a friendship. I like what they're doing from a product standpoint, and like, I want to support that. They want to support the channel. So you almost create relationships. I'm not somebody who's like a hit it and quit it guy. Maybe back in college I was, but like, you know, you freaking create relationships that can last. Like, I don't want to be chasing dollars every single year. I want some kind of stout, like just well-constructed relationships with buddies that I feel good about supporting, that feel good about supporting me, that'll last for years, dude. And I think that's really important because, that, again, coming back to the pros, you see these guys and they're like, they're in one brand and it's like, this is the greatest brand in the world. And then 365 days later, post iCast, they're like, this brand is the greatest brand in the world. And it's like, well, which one was it? Nobody ever asked that. You ever notice that too in the media stuff? You got all this like bass fishing media. None of them have the balls to actually go up to one of these guys and be like, so which one was the best brand? Like, in 2016 you said this, and then in 2018 you said this. Huh? Bueller? Anybody? So I think it's important to create like those long-term relationships and do stuff with people who not only you believe in their products, but you have a relationship with them. They're good people, right? They're your boys. Freaking like, you treat your boys in a different way, dude. And I think that's really important. The other thing is, don't get greedy, dude. Like, in the end, this project that I'm doing, I want to make money. I want to grow what I'm doing because then I can create more content. But at the same time, like, I want to shoot video, and nothing will inhibit me from doing that and doing it the way that I want it. So always kind of have a mission statement for yourself that's sort of above the rift, if you will, above all the ethics, above, it's sails in the clouds, right? What are you trying to do? Like, what do you really want to do? And if it's all about making money, bro, do the opposite of everything I've said in the video. The opposite, and you'll probably make a ton of money, be a lot more successful than me. If you want to kind of do this the right way and have some fun with it and feel good about it, then like, have a mission statement. I want to make videos. I want to teach people. I want to share my experiences. I want to capture these things that are the most meaningful things to me that happen out on the water, that put a grin on my face like nothing else, dude. I don't even know if Swimsuit Girl kind of like can put a grin on my face like this. Don't tell her that, but you know what I mean? Like, that's my mission statement, and anything that interferes with that, we're not playing with it. Like, that's all there is to it. So have a mission statement, or just like an above everything and above the rift goal that drives every decision that you make when it comes to making content. Those are kind of my principles, dude. And it's pretty simple, but I don't think a lot of guys talk about kind of like the back end stuff that actually happens and the way that you approach that. I think one of the most important parts is having that backbone. Like, have a job, work, and do your own thing. Make this a side gig until it can become a full-time gig. Like, I've been making it a side gig for 15 years, dude. So it's been a minute, you know? But at the same time, it's allowed me to be independent and drive the decisions and drive the content in the direction that I want to. I can say no at any time. N-O, no, most powerful word in the English language, dude. And retaining that right and that power allows me to kind of be credible, it allows me to do what I want, and it allows me to share stuff with you guys that I actually want to share, that I'm excited about, and I think that's really important. But here's the deal, on a lighter note, if you guys are looking to make content or anything, and you got any questions, or if you have any opinions, I'd actually like to hear some of your opinions, because I think there's a lot of content out there that can be critiqued. Drop it down in the comments box, because it's kind of it's a touchy subject, but we can see that a lot of the fishing stuff is kind of going in the direction of like content creation. It's not just like an added feature anymore. It's a necessary feature, whether it comes to tournaments, whether it comes to pro anglers, whether it comes to douchebags like me just making videos. Like it's becoming a standard in fishing, so you're only going to see more of it. And I just hope the more that you see and the more guys that get involved, they get involved for the right reasons. And they're producing stuff that's from like a genuine, credible place. You know, I love when people make money. I want to make money, but I want it to happen in a process or from a place that has meaning, and that really is kind of like where the passion comes from. I want it to happen from that same place where the passion comes from, if that makes sense. But I hope you guys enjoy this. Like I said, throw me some feedback down in the comments box. I'd love to hear what you have to say, because I think you guys are a lot more critical and a lot smarter than a lot of these like content creators, these media organizations give you credit for. So you always have some really interesting perspectives. Drop it down below. And if you guys enjoyed this video, or if you hated it, hit that like and subscribe button. Either way, I'll take it. We'll talk to you later, my homies.